Milwaukee, there's no doubt they feel the pressure mounting. I mean, failing to match those expectations from the start of the year is apparent.
And, you know, any fixes they've tried during the season have only compounded their problems.
Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Inside, they have Giannis and Turner. Then there's Kevin Porter. Then there's A.J. Green. And it's Rollins in at the 2. And for Atlanta, Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the 3. All right, Clark, teams are prepping for the playoff push right now. That must put them in a unique mindset.
Well, staying focused on the same goal, having everybody tied together. Any issues that are bubbling up that could derail you need to be squashed and squelched so that you're at peak form come playoff time. That's what you're striving for. Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. It's going to be Okongwu shooting, and they'll give that one to Miles Turner. Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game.
One shot.
Free throw good, Okongwu. And we know how loyal Giannis is to Milwaukee, but trade rumors continue.
Yeah, it's just the reality when you have a superstar player, but not much of a title shot. The sense is Giannis deserves to make another run at it somewhere.
Now here's Porter. Back to Turner. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Daniels. And it's Daniels with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Okongwu, the pass to McCollum. Fires from deep. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Here's Rollins. Covered by Daniels. McCollum against Green. Drops in the 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Outside, Alexander Walker. There's the screen by Johnson. McCollum on the wing. The 3 ball. Knocks it down from distance.
And good response from McCollum. A shot like this just demonstrates leadership.
Pass to Green. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass on the layup. Antetokounmpo has got his second basket of the game.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
For 3, McCollum. And Atlanta hits again from deep. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And out of bounds, Atlanta will have it. In attendance tonight, 2 Chainz, who grew up not too far from here.
Yeah, 2 Chainz from College Park, part owner of the College Park Skyhawks of the G League. Such an uplifting story. Very talented, also very, very smart.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 6. Picked up by Okongwu to the inside. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Okongwu's got 5 now.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
Antetokounmpo against Johnson. Antetokounmpo, left side. And Giannis with the dunk.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Daniels outside. Porter against McCollum. And Atlanta hits again from deep. The Bucks trail by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. Turned in an outstanding game against Utah.
Porter able to draw the whistle there because he's such a dynamic scorer and playmaker.
And And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
The first free throw is good.
Look, we've seen Kevin Porter Jr. go off for 50 in a game. He's got some serious skills on the offensive end.
Porter hits them both.
Well, you have no concerns when he's at the free throw line. Very consistent.
Atlanta leading by 3. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Okongwu. McCollum outside. No good on the 3. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Porter. Turner for 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. McCollum outside. Down low. The kick out to Johnson. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Antetokounmpo, bam!
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
You get the sense Giannis Antetokounmpo is hungry to get another title, Clark.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he's definitely in the prime of his career and would like to add another Larry O'Brien trophy to his collection. He is getting older, but again, I think he's still in his prime, and he knows that while time is short, another championship could set him apart from a lot of the greats.
Now McCollum, 9 points in the game. Outside Johnson to end the run. And he converts the layup.
And that's where Johnson does most of his work offensively, inside the paint.
And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Last time they met in Milwaukee.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Give him 8. He gets it in there. Antetokounmpo has got 10 points.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
And the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. And when that's the case, just keep feeding the hot hand.
The Bucks have gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Rollins passes to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some stats for Jalen Johnson.
Through the last 10 games, we've seen his rebounding numbers start to slide. He's not being as aggressive on the glass, not like he was earlier on in the season. He needs to get that fire back.
The Hawks trailing. Alexander Walker, the pass to McCollum. The kick out to Johnson. Takes the 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Rollins. Yet to see a basket. And here's Green from the arc. Rebounded by Johnson.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
McCollum outside. The kick out to Johnson. Misses the three. The Bucks have got 8 out of 12 shots to fall. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions of receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those. Guys, back to you."
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Now here's Alexander Walker. What a tremendous game he played against Philadelphia. Now here's Okongwu. He's guarded closely. To stop the drought. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That one goes. Count it. Antetokounmpo has got 14 points.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Outside, Alexander Walker. There's a screen by Johnson. Releases. Atlanta gets it back. For 3, McCollum. And that bucket makes him 4 for 7 today. Good production.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Milwaukee with the ball. Outside Porter. Back to Antetokounmpo. Outside Green. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Hawks shooting an impressive 47%. And Daniels gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Antetokounmpo outside. There's the drive. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. 16 points for him. Here's Atlanta now, coming off that win against the Sixers.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. Trent, he's checked in for the Bucks. Thomas comes in for Rollins. Milwaukee on D. Vincent outside. Pass to Rizachet. Yep, that one goes. And the Hawks lead by 2.
And there's the ability to finish for Rizachet. Nobody scares him at the rim.
Antetokounmpo outside. Nice move. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Grant, for everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
And you know, he hasn't had to, B.A. You want him inside, hitting on those high percentages, shutting down the lane defensively, and, of course, controlling the boards.
Now here's Rizachet. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Back to Vincent, 5 to shoot. Landale with a screen. Lets it fly. Vincent can't hit.
Well, he's a really good shooter. Got a good look from medium range, and I think they'll go back to that.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Atlanta. Bobby Portis has checked in for Milwaukee. Jang comes in for Porter Jr.
A multiple-time MVP. You know, what's really scary is that Giannis feels like he can keep getting better, and more importantly, he does the work to get better.
Now here's Landale, still without a bucket. Pass to McCollum. Here's Kispert. The three. It's hauled in by Portis. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder. I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo and how effective a scorer he is, and Coach told me, well, when he gets into the lane, he's very tough to guard. For us, it's about forcing him into longer and ideally contested jumpers. That's what I want us to do. We'll see if they're able to accomplish this. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
And that was just great focus by Thomas. Nothing stopping him from scoring.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bucks.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
You know, something else they've done really, really well, and I know the analytics don't support it, but they've made the most out of their mid-range jumper opportunities.
Well, Grant, for a late first-round pick, Cam Thomas is a certified bucket.
Yeah, B.A. He's got every shot in the book, and he's still rounding out the other aspects of his game. But if you need to score, that he can provide.
Now here's Kuminga. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13 and a half a game.
He's been excellent in this period. Even though they're down, he's keeping them close.
Milwaukee leading by 5. And here's Thomas, a steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game. Up and over McCollum. The rebound by Atlanta.
Yeah, the half-and-half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Oh, it's so easy for Kuminga to rise up to the rim.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Yep, count it. Antetokounmpo's got 24.
He's rolling. The best start to a game you could hope for.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
McCollum. And that one drops.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Bucks. Oh, what a quarter. He was absolutely on fire offensively. We'll be right back after this word. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the court right now for the Bucks, they've got Bobby Portis. Gary Trent is out there with Cameron Thomas. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Jang in at the three.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and it was maybe a step out of his range.
And the shot goes.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now here's Kuminga. Pass to Kispert. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Thomas with the ball. McCollum defends. Thomas with the ball. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And I'll tell you what, Thomas plays with a lot of courage. Got hit that time, no problem.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Free throw no good for Thomas. And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
It really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
Now here's McCollum. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Thomas outside. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Three-pointer Kispert. The rebound by the Bucks.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Thomas. Trent outside. Portis a screen for 3. Trent's shot is off.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Rizachet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot. There's McCollum with the 3.
A bunch of threes for him in this first quarter. A bunch of threes for him in the first quarter, but he's made 0 here in the second period. And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Milwaukee making some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Portis. Green comes in for Jang. And it's Rollins in for Trent.
Could be better from the line. Kuzma a smooth shooter, but needs work from there.
Hawks trail by 10. Pass to McCollum. Outside Rizachet. They set a pick. Looking to end the run. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 here already in the game.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Atlanta is shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game. Kispert outside. Back to Landale. Out to Kuminga. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Kuzma. Milwaukee leading by 10. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
Now here's Kuminga. There's McCollum with the 3. It's down. His 7th make in 13 attempts today.
You might want to track this guy. Mark him definitely, just deadly from deep so far.
Outside, Green. Antetokounmpo, right side. Giannis throws it down.
The combination of size and elite athleticism on full display from Giannis there.
Outside Rizachet. Outside Kuminga. Pass to McCollum from deep three-point land. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And he's got 28 now. Kuminga pulls it in. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. Landale, pass to Kuminga. Oh, so tough to stop Kuminga inside.
Yeah, they thought they had Kuminga figured out there, but he fought and got it to go.
The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out. Hawks trail by 6. And there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. You look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. What a contribution.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Johnson comes in for Kuminga. Daniels is checked in for Risache. And it's Alexander Walker in for Kispert. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Turner's checked in. Okongwu finds Daniels. And the layup is good off the glass. Daniels has got 5.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Antetokounmpo outside. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. This will be his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
It's hard to forget how much he struggled from the line during their last matchup.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, you know, the Greek Freak is extremely versatile. He's a 5-position player and does all of it at an elite level.
Now here's Okongwu. He had 10 points in the win against Philadelphia.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Here's McCollum. They trail by 7 and stolen by Antetokounmpo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. And the Bucks making a change here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Free throw, no good. And even as the league works for parity, there will always be those teams that are rebuilding. What are the keys to accelerating that process, Clark?
Well, there are a number of factors, B.A. I think you start with leadership and talent acquisition. I mean, those are 2 major components to this building a team and being successful. You've got to have talent. And then I think you've got to have a commitment to staying the course. Consistency really matters when you get leadership and talent in place.
Here's Rollins. 13 points in the win against Utah.
And you can just see and feel Antetokounmpo elevating his playmaking skills, really looking to get his teammates involved.
Outside Johnson, pass to McCollum. Up and over Porter. And a beautiful finish by C.J. McCollum. McCollum's got 24.
Yeah, McCollum, he can find shots in the mid-range. That's part of his versatility.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked it in off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Over the course of the game, he's been very accurate, doing some great stuff.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. McCollum against Porter. Shot's good by McCollum.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Milwaukee leading by 9. Now Porter. He's got 5. Outside, Green. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, look at Giannis power in.
Leading the charge. What a huge quarter for him.
Daniels outside. Back to McCollum. Launches a 3. Connects from downtown. McCollum's got 13 points in this quarter.
There's no doubt about McCollum's touch from long range. He is a sharpshooter.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Here's McCollum. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Picked up by Okongwu. From deep, Johnson. The rebound by Turner.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
On the wing, Green. Covered by Daniels.
Watch the screen.
Pass to Turner. Antetokounmpo outside. Shot clock at 3. And here's Porter outside. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got 3 assists now in this one. Hawks trail by 13. Now here's Okongwu. Soft touch off the glass. Okongwu's got 7 points in the game.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Now here's Porter. Give him 8 points now. The 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Well, the Hawks shooting a solid 50% throughout the second. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. BA, back to you.
Leveraging that tall timber. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Now, here's Green, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Antetokounmpo for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Johnson on the wing. Daniels. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Alexander Walker. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Alexander Walker's got his first points of the game. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
Porter's such a terrific athlete, making it look easy as he takes off and jams it down.
Alexander Walker, the pass to McCollum. Outside Johnson. Launches it. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Good D by Okongwu.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And so it's Milwaukee closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. You guys came out aggressive in the first half. What stood out to you?
You know, we're getting to the paint and making plays. They're a great team as far as rotation, so we just got to make the right passes.
It all starts with attacking the basket. Thank you
Very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off, it gives you a multitude of options offensively.
Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
These two guys, we thought they'd bring it tonight. It has been brought, playing with no fear.
Can't forget about your teammates, though. Got to keep them involved, too.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Hawks trail by 11. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder. The Bucks shooting at a very efficient 67%. Well, with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Clark, his versatility may be his greatest asset.
Yeah, I agree with you there, B.A. I mean, he can initiate the offense if he needs to. He can certainly score off the catch and make plays off the dribble. He's got good positional size at about 6'5", and he can guard multiple positions.
Daniels outside. Back to McCollum, fires the 3, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Porter, the pass to Turner. Out to the right wing. Let's go with a 3. Porter's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Pass to Johnson. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. And here's what the Milwaukee Bucks schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against Franz Wagner and the Orlando Magic. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for the game against the Hawks, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle.
Now here's McCollum. And a nice finish on the layup. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Pass to Rollins. And here is Antetokounmpo. Inside. And then Turner with the dunk.
Boy, that's just too easy, guys. Turner, a player you can't allow to get free near the rack. He's a great dunker. Bang.
McCollum taking his time here to the paint. Here's Johnson. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one.
They haven't missed a beat coming out of the locker room. A perfect 4 for 4.
Now here's Turner. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Porter's shot is off. Hawks trail by 5. McCollum with it. Now Porter defending. Shot's good by McCollum. 36 points for C.J. McCollum.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Outside, Green. Pass to Antetokounmpo. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And then Turner with the dunk.
Turner almost invites contact around the rim. He's such a strong physical player.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Such a unique player, Clark. Miles Turner. He's both a floor spacer and a rim protector.
There aren't too many guys like that in the league, B.A. I mean, those are two very distinct skill sets, and to have them in one big guy like Turner, that's certainly something you relish and appreciate.
And looking at our 2K leaderboard, here's a look at the bigs who have been passing it the best since the All-Star break. Their versatility continues to be so valuable to their teams. Third is Jalen Johnson.
And I love how these guys are some of the most complete front court players in the NBA. They're not just score and rebound bigs, they can also beat you with their passing as well.
And their teammates know to always keep moving on the perimeter because the ball will be coming back out to you if you work yourself free. You're looking at some of the masters of the kick-out pass right there.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Porter looks it over. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 7-point Milwaukee lead.
For Porter Jr., I think it's about shot selection. Taking smart shots, including when he's in close.
Johnson a screen on Porter. Oh, stolen by Turner. To the middle. And it's Porter. That time on the assist from Green. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's McCollum. He's got 36 points. Daniels outside. Pass to Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. Atlanta again missing.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's Rollins. And here's Turner. Outside for Green. From the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Green's got 6.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Daniels outside. Shot to stop the run. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to Rollins. Lays it up and banks it in. Rollins has got his second basket.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Daniels. Off target from outside.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Now here's Porter. Green for 3. Buries it from 3. 9 points in the game.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Shot's good by McCollum.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Pass to Rollins.
Assistance by Dyson.
And he lobs it up top. It's stolen by Johnson. Green against Okongwu. And Green comes to help. McCollum against Turner.
And McCollum doesn't back down from anyone, including inside where he challenges defenders.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
They brought the hard hats and the lunch pails with them, too. Done some great work down inside.
The free throw drops for McCollum.
Yeah, now a veteran in the league, McCollum's combo guard style of play is valuable to this team.
Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks. And McCollum drops them both. The Bucks leading by 12. Here's Rollins, a go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Good on the bucket. Turner's got 6.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Johnson. He has 6. And again for 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Here's Rollins. Portis a screen. Turner for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Green against Daniels. Pass to Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. He has 7.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Now here's Porter. He's got 14. Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Even if this game doesn't go their way, he has to be proud of his performance tonight.
McCollum against Porter. Portis, the pass to Turner. Outside Porter, takes it inside. And it's Turner, that time on the assist by Porter. Turner's got 8 points here in the quarter.
The defense had him confused early on, but he's responded in the second half with some assertive play.
Okongwu, a screen on Porter. For 3, McCollum, the rebound by the Bucks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Following this game, they host the Magic. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Porter, the pass to Turner. Now here's Green. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Porter's shot is off.
After knocking down a couple in the first half, he hasn't gotten a 3 to fall since.
And that one drops for him. Okongwu's got 9.
Hey, it's typically a positive for this offense when he's assertive and looking to score.
Here's Rollins. Portis outside. There's the triple. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. McCollum outside. Here's Alexander Walker. The 3-pointer off the mark. The Bucks leading by 9. Here's Rollins. Portis with a screen on McCollum. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Milwaukee also changed it up. Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Turner. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Green. And Cam Thomas subbed in for Rollins. Nice shot by Kuminga.
And I think Kuminga is at best down low in the paint.
Portis a screen. Thomas, right side. Pass to Trent. Three-pointer. Hits the three-pointer. Trent's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Yeah, he's a volume three-ball shooter, Gary Trent Jr. And he's got a nice stroke and never hesitates to fire from there.
Now here's Vincent. Still no points. Inside. Here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside.
Attacking the heart of this defense. That's 8 straight points inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And Atlanta with possession here. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Outside Rizachet. Over Trent. Rizachet, no good. The Bucks leading by 10. Thomas outside. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Kuminga pulls it in.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Here's Landale. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
Thomas with the ball. Puts up a deep three. No good there. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams putting up some points. Milwaukee out in front, up by 8. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. Giannis plays the 4 with Porter playing at center. Gary Trent is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Jang in at the 3, the small forward.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Now here's McCollum. It's good. McCollum's got 48.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And it's on Antetokounmpo with the miss. Hawks trail by 8. McCollum outside. Floats one. Oh, another one falls.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show.
Defensive foul. Cameron Thomas. Second. First team foul. CJ McCollum. 1 time.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Portis with a screen on Kuminga. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
Well, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo has got 47 points.
He's been incredible tonight, seemingly scoring at will. really powering his team forward.
Back to Landale. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist.
The combo guard skills of McCollum. Not just a scorer, he's also a more than capable passer.
Kuminga against Antetokounmpo. Tough bucket, the Greek freak.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Here's Rizashea, and that one is hammered home.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Rizashea's future in this league.
Pass to Jang. Fires the three. The rebound by Atlanta. Kuminga's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now McCollum. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. The three from Rizashea. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Thomas outside. And he lobs it up to the rim. Outside Kuminga. McCollum right side. On the take. Just 5 on the clock. And the bucket is good. McCollum's got 55.
This is the kind of scoring punch that McCollum can provide. He gets it done at all 3 levels.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. The Hawks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Turner's checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And so Trent will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pass to Thomas. 4-3. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
Boy, at the offensive end, Thomas is aggressive and confident.
Kispert, the pass to McCollum. Now Landale. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. Landale's got 4 points this quarter.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage, never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Now here's Johnson. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 5. He shoots it. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Back to Jang. Antetokounmpo inside. Kuminga's on him. Antetokounmpo inside. He's watched by Kuminga. Lets it fly from 18. That's short off the rim.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
McCollum outside. Pass to Landale. Out to Kuminga. Jacks up a 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
The practice makes perfect. So Kuminga's put a lot of time into refining his shot motion off the catch. They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner. Secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Dyson Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And it's Alexander Walker in for Kispert. Milwaukee also changed it up. Green's checked in for Jang. Rollins comes in for Trent. And it's Porter Jr. in for Thomas.
Yeah, you know, he's become a solid big man in this league. Miles Turner understands his role and is starring in it. And does a really good job, I think, playing to his strengths.
Now here's McCollum. That's another bucket.
Oh, what a performance. Arguably the best in franchise history.
He's tied the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. Antetokounmpo, pass to Turner. And here's Porter. Antetokounmpo outside. Shoots over Johnson. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. McCollum outside to tie it up. Another one goes. Incredible.
Never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
Oh, come on, Giannis. Unreal.
An absolute insane display of dribbling from Antetokounmpo. I mean, you can't take this guy lightly when he's got the ball. Mad handles for a guy of any size, but 7 feet tall. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Daniels outside. Back to McCollum. And Turner with the block.
Gonna need a better effort than that to get it past Turner. He is an elite rim protector.
To the paint. On the wing, Green. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Antetokounmpo for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Daniels passes to Johnson.
And for Jalen Johnson, a long wing type, going inside is always a good play.
Team seconds. Jalen Johnson. 2 shots.
That one's off.
After averaging just about 3 points per game as a rookie, Jalen Johnson has put so much work into his game and has become a very good NBA player.
And he sinks the second. Now here's Porter. Antetokounmpo outside. Rollins passes to Green. That three's off the mark.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
McCollum pass to Daniels to take the lead. The rebound by Turner. The Bucks have gone 7 for 15 in the fourth. To the inside. And then Turner with the dunk.
One of his specialties on display there. A nifty lead pass.
Hawks trail by 3. Daniels outside. Pass to McCollum. Another one falls. Amazing.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now.
Kevin Porter Jr. Third team foul. TJ McCollum. 1 shot.
And McCollum, no good on that one.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Outside Porter. Tries it from the top of the key. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, we know Johnson's a great scorer, and those are big-time points.
Antetokounmpo outside. Here's Turner. Oh, impressive footwork down low.
Evolving as a leader right before our eyes. It's important that Turner continue to prove he can score in big moments.
At the line for one.
That one falls for Turner. Now McCollum. Johnson outside. Here's Daniels. Now McCollum. Oh, connects again.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense, really taking it to the opposition. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Johnson with it. Green picks him up.
Oh, hey, how about big time right there? Big time.
Ooh, he leaves no question.
Man, that was a dunk contest material kind of jam. Johnson just letting it all hang out.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
McCollum against Porter. And there it is!
You watch McCollum and he just oozes confidence.
Milwaukee has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo. What energy on the glass from Giannis.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Driving to the basket, Johnson. That one goes! Yes, sir!
And defenses can forget how good of a passer McCollum is.
Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo! Okongwu with the rebound. And Atlanta shooting very well, 62% and going right at the defense. Outside, Green. Antetokounmpo inside. Johnson on him.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's Porter. Let's loose for 3. The 3 ball is down.
Rising to the occasion, Porter Jr. has that big shot vibe all over.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
With the time left, I think they've got to be looking for a quick shot here.
Porter against McCollum. Shot from 12. Book it! It goes!
Well, McCollum just so competitive. He never gives up on the play or his team.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. pass, Johnson. Antetokounmpo outside. And another one!
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
McCollum outside. Can't hit it. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Yeah, I'm here with Miles Turner, and Miles, they made a run there in the second half. What was key in closing out this win?
Just stay the course. Every team makes its run, so you got to know that. Just got to stay the course. That's really what it was. Every team makes their run. They're going to get some good looks, and they're an NBA team.
You could tell you guys were not affected by their run. Congrats on the win, Miles.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.